Okay, so now we go on to document A. Um, and this is about terrorizing carpetbaggers and scalawags. So Torji was a white Northern soldier who settled in North Carolina after the Civil War. He served as a judge during Reconstruction. So, also another thing to point out, you can have this read aloud.
No, Albion Turgi was a white Northern soldier.
Okay. So, again, I recommend that just because sometimes it's easier when you're reading along with somebody. So, a couple just things background I want to remind you of. So, a carpetbagger is a type of luggage. Okay. It's a type of luggage. So, maybe that could give you a hint. Since Northerners who traveled to the South during Reconstruction often carried such bags, Southerners called these Northern outsiders carpetbaggers. The image of the Alabama lynching is very chilling, especially considering it was drawn as a warning to Republicans in the South. It is a direct threat to carpetbaggers and scalawaggers who sided with the freedmen. So, again, keep this stuff in mind that I'm telling you. It might come back when you're doing the questions. The KKK formed as a social club in 1866 and quickly evolved into an organization that used violence to intimidate freedmen and any who sought to support Republican Reconstruction governments. The KKK and other groups often targeted individuals in key positions of power, including judges and government officials. Since the KKK did not see the Reconstruction government as legitimate, they felt justified in their attacks. The term redemption, which they used to describe their efforts, literally means salvation. The KKK saw themselves as saviors of Southerners who were being enslaved by Reconstruction governments. Albion Tourget is one of the most famous of the so called carpetbaggers, and that's this note up here. He not only was an effective judge in a very violent area of North Carolina, he bravely wrote about his experiences and observations, thus endangering himself even more. He also helped start a school for Black students, now known as Bennett College. After Reconstruction, he left North Carolina and became an influential writer and editor in Colorado and New York. And then also this donkey. This might look familiar to you. It's a symbol of the Democratic Party and had been since the age of Jackson. The image, therefore, is a threat to any who support the Republicans' efforts at Reconstruction. The donkey clearly links the KKK, which is written on it, to the Democratic Party. And also keep in mind, these parties have evolved. You wouldn't even recognize the Democratic Party at that time compared to this one now, or the Republicans compared to Republicans now. So again, these ideas have evolved as our country has come along and society has moved forward. So you will answer these questions by looking at here and reading these. Again, feel free to use the audio support and do your best. Again, remember, you are going to use these documents in your essay. So anything that you write here, you might want to transfer over there. So do your best and try to make it like well thought out. Okay.